Hey, there it is. There it is. Come on in. Come on. Tell a friend. All black everything. Come on in. Tell a friend. All black everything. Think it's black. Yes, indeed. Big Dreams, Many Streams. We back with Tavistock Institute, Chapter 5. Tell lies to your vision or the television, whichever you prefer. We're getting right back into it, right where we left off. I do not own the rights to this music. Peace to the King, Beverly Frank here. Frankie Beverly. We get right back in it. Like it, share, subscribe it too. Thumbs up like it's hiking through. It says war across generational divide. Check out what happens. People in their 60s are called the baby boom generation. The values coming to the baby boomer generation are synonymous with the paradigm shift in society beginning with the 1960s. That policy change in the industrialization of America, the industrialization society is a no future society because any self respecting nation state can only be truly independent if it can provide welfare for its citizens. How were the people who run the world able to impose the deindustrialization of society? Think about the profile of the American population. The generation with the strongest set of moral values in American history is the generation that fought in World War II. They were born before the advent of television. They were the hardest generation to brainwash. Their children, the baby boomers, became the targets of the brainwashers. In fact, with the advent of television, the baby boomers have spent their entire lives being brainwashed. Think back to the goal of brainwashers to make each succeeding generation more infantile, more animal like, more amoral, thus easier to control. The world we are a part of today is more conventional, less concerned, more sensationalist, and more spiteful. The impetus of modern thought has been towards reducing the sphere of individual moral responsibility. Human behavior is seen increasingly as the product of impersonal forces. And how could it be different? Our parents were brought up on a healthy dose of television diet. We were also reared by television. Our children are educated through mainstream TV. In other words, three successive generations subjected to television brainwashing have no conscious memory of anything different. Mm, Sharpen jewel. Think about it. People have never quite digested television. The mystique which should grow stale grows stronger. Our moral compass has shifted to such an extent that we make celebrities not only of the men who cause the events, but of the men who act them out on the screen, who lip sync old songs for hand-picked studio audience, and of those out-of-work actors who sell cheap trinkets, yogurts, and deodorants during commercial breaks of old film reruns. It's a cold and they got going on. And once our moral compass shifted, something happened to us and with us. The TV set became the moralizer. It began telling people what to do. Suddenly, the behavior of the children, the sex, the drugs, the sex, the antisocial behavior doesn't seem as shocking as it once did. It became easier to rationalize it, to explain it away with the help of the message contained in the television program. Quote, and when the adults are infantile already, it is more easy to accept the infantilism, in their children. End quote. Culture fair. Now, let's have a look at the people who created the idea, content of the brainwashing. Most of them are in approximately 35 to 45-year-old range. In other words, the programmers themselves were weaned on television since birth. So don't look for a scenario where three 90-year-old geezers sit in a dark room, holding hands, staring at a crystal ball planning the world's future. It doesn't work that way. It is more like a group of infantile jerks in sneakers and goofy haircuts sitting around in an air conditioned room overlooking the Big Apple, kicking around ideas for the next year's major shows. Once they come up with the ideas, they pass it to another group of infantile jerks called script writers, who will that product will then be placed in the hands of producers and directors for actual production. This is done the world over, from the United States to Canada and Western Europe. Even thousand-year-old Oriental cultures, such as the Japanese, have their own versions of all. Once the shows are designed and script written, the actual brainwash, washing messages are inserted after the fact. The jerky screenwriters and brainstormers rely on experts from Tavistock for in the Frankfurt School who work as advertisers on most programs. For example, quote, there can be no discussion of homosexuals without first deferring to the gay rights task force who make sure that the issue is being dealt with sensitively. Similarly, all children's shows and that include Disney programming employ child psychiatrists who help shape content. Furthermore, the entire environmental idiocy is scripted into television shows.